Hey everybody, welcome to Whiskey Whistle. I'm the host of the show, Mark, and you're watching Whiskey Review number 200. What? That's right. This is Whiskey Review number 200 here on Whiskey Whistle. And I've got my sidekick here, the whiskey dog Rocky, joining us. Rocky, say hi to everybody. Hello. Yeah, good boy. And we've got a very special show for you today. One that I've wanted to do for a long time. As you can see, this is going to be the Glenmorangie Signet for the 200th review here on Whiskey Whistle. This is my original bottle of the Glenmorangie Signet. I have yet to open it, and I'm not going to open it today. So how can I review that? Well, if you look closely, you can see another bottle behind me here. Now, this bottle is from, I think, the first batch of Signet. And there's a few reasons that I think that. First of all, the style of box has changed. So this one was a top-loading box with a sort of a snap closure. And, oops, I forgot the label outward here. There we go. Okay, so anyway, so that's the original bottling. This, by the way, is, let me read the label here for you. This is L11174 0804 6 ml. And the label here, this little label here, this is actually metal. So there's actually metal here in this label, and I think so because of the way it smells. It smells kind of metallic. Anyway, so that's my original bottle. I've had it for quite a while. And the coolest thing about this one is that it comes with this cool flip book. Let me show this to you. Rocky, good boy. Sit down. Go sit down. That's it. All right. Let me show you this flip book. This is a really cool flip book. So, can I flip through it easily here? Well, I'll try. It's got some clouds, and then the clouds reveal a bottle of Glenmorangie Signet that come through the clouds, and finally, that's it. It really tells you a lot of information here. Signet emerges. The impulse to create begins deep in the imagination. A vision of masterpiece more complex than anything we've created before. And it talks about the flavors and etc., how it was made, and that it was their most ambitious innovation, that it's dark and mysterious. Talks about the textures and the flavors, and that the whiskey creators, the whiskey blender, they have an idea in their mind first, and then they find that to complete their idea, to bring their idea into reality. They look for those particular casks and blend them together to make that come true, which is interesting. Talks about also what goes in here, and that it takes forever. Talks about the high roast malted barley, so often called chocolate malt. So it's really dark chocolatey color, and oh yes, this chocolate coffee malt is carefully married with some of Glenmorangie's rarest whiskies. And malt distilled from an exclusive estate barley from the ancient fertile fields of Cadball. So they've got some, we'll call it local barley, some house-created chocolate malt, and also some rare whiskeys from the Glenmorangie whiskey stocks. So that's really interesting. Anyway, interesting idea, very cool little book. That's going to go back in its case. So that's the original bottle that I have. Now, we're going to put that away because that's not getting open today. But there is a bottle getting open today. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Oops. What have I done? What have I done? Okay, there it is. It's in. Now, this is what is going to be reviewed today, and that is the current version of Signet. And it says right here on the bottle that this is L67887, March 15th, 2017. And the label has gone to just a plastic kind of a label. No more metallic smell, at least not very much. And we're going to open that today. We're going to taste it for the first time together. Now this will be my third bottle that I've tasted of Glenmorangie Signet, and the one that you saw just now would be the first, but I've never opened it. So far I've had one like this with my parents, and again a big thank you to my parents, Peter and Sandra Kaufman. Hi Mom, hi Dad. This is my 200th whiskey review. Hope you're watching. I love you. And of course I have to thank my wife most of all. Hi Ane. So I had one bottle like that, and I had one bottle like this so far, and I didn't really notice much of a difference. So we're going to crack that open now. Are there any other people I should thank? There are lots. I'm going to stick with my family for this one though, okay? So my mother-in-law, 어머님, 자주 도와주셔서 감사드리고, 그때 대만 갔다 오시고 카바란라는 위스키 사줘서 고맙습니다. So that's for my mother-in-law. Also for my brother-in-law. He often goes on business trips up to Moscow, and he often brings me back some whiskeys or some vodkas. All right, let's get that opened up. I just broke my first Glencairn glass. Oh, just destroyed it. The first one I ever broke. Well, I'll have to stay still. There's whiskey shards on this now. Oh dear. This is really heavy. Oh my god. And I scratched it too. Battle scars. Okay, well, that is the Glenmorangie Signet. What a heavy cork that is. Do not drop that. You're going to hurt someone, or you're going to break your glasses. Oh. Never a dull moment here on WhiskyWhistle. Alright, so that is Glenmorangie Signet. It's open. Let's get it poured. Pour a nice amount, a little more than that I think. What a gorgeous color this is. That is beyond gold. We're into the copper end of things here. Can you see that? Amazing. Now, Glenmorangie never mentions that their whiskey is natural in color or not. And by the way, this is 46% ABV. However, I think that from the old malts that are added, also the casks that Glenmorangie uses, which are predominantly bourbon casks, very fresh ones. In fact, from their own, let's call it an oak farm in the Ozarks in Missouri. So we get this this color. Now, that is by far the darkest color I've seen for Glenmorangie. and it really doesn't really smell a whole lot like Glenmorangie 10-year-old or the 12-year-old extra matured range. This is really different. Now, what a shame about this glass that I broke. Let me just show this to you. Oh my God. This beautiful Glencairn glass. Which one was it that I broke? Here. Oh no, it was the Macallan. Oh my God. This was my favorite Glencairn glass. Now, thank God I have one more. What a shame. It was a beautiful whiskey glass. It was perfectly made. It was well polished. So well polished that the water just kind of sheathed off of it. Let us mourn. It's a shame, but it served its purpose. I've had that for a long time, and I'm going to put that down now. And I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. Back on to the Glenmorangie. This is my first big glass from this bottle. Beautiful bottle. Now, one thing about this bottle that you should notice, it's clear on the bottom, and then it goes up to black at the top. In fact, you cannot see through the top of the glass whatsoever. I don't know if you can see that at all, but anyway, absolutely black right up here. All right, let's get on to the nosing. It's been a long time for me since I've had this, roughly about, well, I guess about a year, in fact. It's really rich. I can smell lots of older whiskeys here. Older Glenmorangies I've never tasted before. I smell a lot of older Glenmorangies in here. It's very spicy. This is not a light Glenmorangie. It's nothing like the lighter Glenmorangies. It's nothing like the 10-year-old. It's nothing like the 12-year-old ranges. There's cinnamon up the yin yang here. There is also some white pepper. There are some, what kind of a fruit? It's not lychee. It's making my mouth water, in fact. What is this? Well, I'm going to call that like a pink peppercorn. It's peppery, but it's sweet. Okay, well, let's get into the palate for this one. Neat. This is 46% ABV, so it's pretty big. That pink peppercorn really carries through in the palate. There's also, unmistakably, some 18-year-old Glenmorangie in here. I'm getting the same figgy flavors that I noticed in Glenmorangie 18. Not the current version. I haven't had that recently. But the one I reviewed a few months back was the older version of Glenmorangie 18. And I wonder, I really wonder, is there some Glenmorangie Madeira that's in here as well? There's nothing quite like sherry, but there's something kind of Madeira rum-esque that I'm noticing in here. And this chocolate malt, it's very rum-esque, a little bit like rum, and that makes sense because the chocolate malt will caramelize some of the sugars in the barley, and by creating some real sugar and then distilling it, you're going to get something kind of like a rum effect going on. Beautiful. And smelling this now, it's really oh, I don't know what to call this. I mean, it's unlike any kind of a bourbon. And yet there's something kind of like an older bourbon in there as well. All right, let's add some water here. I'm going to put in 2 good spoonfuls. Now, no mention of whether this is unchill filtered or not. I would gather that it is. They don't say so I can't really say for certain, but if you know whether that's unchill filtered or not, please let me know. And I noticed that I'm getting a little bit inebriated. This is actually it's kind of my 3rd review tonight, but it's actually my 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th glass of whiskey. So please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? The oakiness really comes out with water. As does the older Glenmorangie. So I have a feeling that older Glenmorangies, let's say 15 years and older, are probably a majority in the blending of this whiskey. Very spicy. Yeah, pink and white peppercorns, that's the best that I can say for you. A little bit of ginger coming through here now in the palate, in the nose with water added. And still very clear. Now, I have never actually ever found any Scottish mist or Highland mist with Glenmorangie at all, even with the extra matured range, which is definitely unchill filtered. Oh, I just spilled a whole lot of that on my pants. Okay, let's get onto the palate now with water. It's much sweeter. And I want to say again, 15, 18-year-old whiskey, very dominant here. It really drinks a lot like the 18-year-old, the older version. It has a lot more that powerful fresh bourbon oak scent going on in the palate. It comes through in the nose also. Bit of ginger, I mentioned that already, right? With this whiskey, you're getting the 10-year-old. You're getting the 12-year-olds. You're getting the 15-year-old, the old one. You're also getting some 18-year-old Glenmorangie in here. And it's very thick. It's very syrupy. There's a little bit of balsamic vinegar, very high quality balsamic vinegar, very old one. That figgy note coming through here. What is that flavor? A little bit of licorice. There's a dollop of peated Highland flavor as well. And for the subscribers that have been watching for quite a long time, you'll know that there are a few Glenmorangies where I find significantly more peated content than others. Those being Dornoch, Two Sail, even the Bacalta, along with the old 10-year-old and the old 15-year-old. It's got a really, really long finish. Now this tastes nothing like what I remember. What I remember of this is an overpowering alcohol flavor and very little Glenmorangie. That's what I remember. So even though this is a very brand new Signet from this year, in fact, and we can surmise that the age of casks, the average age of casks in this bottle is slightly younger than the average age of casks that went into this one, which was one of the first batches. Anyway, despite that, it's got a very nicely aged flavor and scent and finish to it. A lot more of that figgy content. Some nice vanilla. Some nice tropical fruits as well. Well, I have to say, to date, by far, this is my favorite Glenmorangie. I really wonder what this would taste like. L17 means 2017, and it says 2017 on the bottle, and this is L11, so that's 2011. So that's what, 1 or 2 years after this whiskey was created? Well, that's my guess anyway, 2011 for that one. Cool flip book, they don't put that in anymore. Price differential. I know for certain that this was purchased by my wife sometime around 2015 in New York, or 2014, anyway, 2014, 2015 in New York, 2014 I think, and $180 US, 180 US for that one. This one I paid $113 US for this. with a $10 discount. So $123 was the real price. And according to my nose, this is definitely up there with the $150 15-year-old that I have right over there. It's in fact it exceeds it in balance. The 15-year-old old Glenmorangie is really fruity. It's very nice, but it's a little bit unbalanced. This one has a great balance of new and old, oak and fruit, a little bit of peat. Fantastic. So now, being my first taste of this bottle, please take my whiskey review, WhiskyWhistle whiskey score with a grain of salt. We'll have a very short word from the YouTube sponsors right here. Okay, welcome back. Glenmorangie Signet. This is my 200th whiskey review here on WhiskyWhistle. And the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Glenmorangie Signet is going to be, what's it going to be? It's going to be 92 out of 100. Yes, that's the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Glenmorangie Signet, the 2017 version, 92 out of 100. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to WhiskyWhistle right over here, right around here. Please subscribe. Click that little pink and yellow box that I made. Twitter, Instagram, also the Facebook page at WhiskyWhistle. Look for that one, you'll find me. Thanks for tuning in to the 200th Whiskey Review. I'm totally done for the night. It's been really great. I'm so happy that you could join me for this one. And again, thanks to Mom and Dad, thanks to my wife, Lene, my children. Thanks to them also for being patient and also not drinking any of my whiskey. And to all of you for subscribing and following me all this time. It's been really great. Take care, everyone. We'll see you for the next one, 201. Goodbye.